I quit on my second day because I was lied to at my interview. Hey all, I'm new to the sub, but just 30 minutes ago I quit on the spot on my second day. Yesterday was my first day working as an apprentice for a restoration company doing reconstruction. At my interview I was told that I would be working from 7:30 to 4 o'clock. 4:30 at the latest. Monday to Friday, plus I would have to be on call 3 to 4 times a month to do emergency work. For example, the on-call would be for if somebody drove a car through a wall and the house was in danger of collapse. We would go out and do a board up just to keep the structure safe. Well, yesterday, my first day, at 3:30 p.m. my lead and I get called to do a board up for that exact reason. Edit. While not on call. Edit. My lead tells me it should just be an hour or two and then we could go home. So I'm thinking, cool. Overtime right off the jump. Come 6:15 p.m. we are still working and I ask roughly how much longer we might be here. My lead tells me we still have at least 1.5 hours of work left and an hour of cleanup. So T6:30 I simply told him as politely as I could. I am leaving. This isn't what I agreed to. I have a wife at home that was supposed to start her work from home job at 6 and a 2-month-old son. I need to take care of while she works. And even if my wife didn't have a job to start, I still want to spend time with my son. I absolutely will not miss him growing up because of a stupid job. Today when I walked in they told me I wasn't fired, but they berated me in front of the entire reconstruction department. So I said thanks, but no thanks, and walked out. I wouldn't have had the guts to stand up for myself if it wasn't for the posts I commonly see in this sub. Be well everybody and take care of yourself and your families. Edit. Forgot to add. I wasn't on call and being ONCL call doesn't start till your second month. The reason my lead and I were sent was because the guy who was actually on call said he didn't feel like going. And my lead never says no. Edit 2. I'm going to stop replying to comments. I gotta go play with an adorable baby boy. Thank you for all the kind words to the people who typed them. Edit 3. Added an edit mid-post to better clarify that I was not on call so as to be less confusing. The employer was way out of line to berate this worker in front of the staff. A good manager praises in public, criticizes in private. Lead. Never say no. On-call employee. No. Lead. I could fire you, but instead I'll just make that this guy's problem. Thanks for saying no. Not fired but berated in public? Sounds like they are hurting for staff. Having worked with a couple of these restoration companies, I have to say, I have never seen a decent one. Ever. Each time I have had one come into my home, I had to threaten to sue them and then rip them apart on all online review services just to get them to finish the job in a timely manner. In short, these predators will come into your home, block the entire thing off while they bilk your insurance company for months on a job which should take no more than a week. If there are employees on call, then shouldn't that work order have gone to the employee that was on call instead of extending a new employee's first shift? No offense to op, but they haven't even seen enough finished work to send you on an emergency call at the end of your first day. Makes sense why there was an open position. So if I understand correctly, you had to cover for some lazy wanker and you are berated for refusing? Amazing. Good on you for quitting. That is a toxic AF company. You are a working parent. You had the expectation of 2 months in which to arrange for childcare for your on-call days. That's non-negotiable. Good on you for quitting. So, day 1 you went home after 11 hours on the job, when you were scheduled for 8 and were not on call. Whatever they said to you after that, The correct response is, "You're welcome." I would still file for unemployment. They misled you about the hours expected. If they fight it, just appeal. Employers who overwork their staff will lie about it up front. During my interview, the hours were quoted as the usual 8 to 5 mf. Very occasional overtime if it's an absolute emergency. The job sounded great, they liked me, I was hired on the spot. On a Friday afternoon. Started on the following Monday. During the staff meeting that morning, the announcement was made that from now on, work weeks will be mandatory 60 hours, 6 10-hour days. Monday to Saturday. They knew that 3 days ago, lied to get me aboard. Whole lot of biscuit brains in this thread. I think you were in the right. If they knew you'd be going over, they should have called the on-call employees. That's what we do at my job. On call 3 to 4 times a month is basically once a week. It seems to me they need to hire more people instead. I quit on my second day because I was lied to at my interview. Exact right thing to do. If you had lied on your application, they would have fired you for doing so. No reason that can't, or shouldn't, work both ways. Nobody wants to work anymore. Sad trumpet noises. Fuck that guy. They didn't need you and could have just let you go. I got lied to too. No OT pay in the contract, so I pointed it out. Was promised no overtime was needed. Since the job is not that hard. Oh boy. Did OT every day and burnt some weekends for free. Was told it's my fault that I am not able to keep up. On top of many other red flags. Was going crazy at some point. Talking to myself while burning my weekends. I wish I could have gone back in time and told myself to get out of there earlier. I like CA's law that OT starts at 8 hours in a workday regardless of the total hours worked in a work week. We just need to get OT to be triple time so employers stop abusing it because it's cheaper than hiring the actual workers needed for a job. I quit my last job after 4 days because they lied to me too. I was promised 2 weeks of training and 9 to 9.5 hour shifts. Instead, I got 2 days of training and was expected to do 11 hours worth of work a day. And less pay than I was promised in the interview. The manager was a real ass about it too when I quit. I got a job at a small kids' toy store in a mall. I was told I would be a cashier. On the first day I show up and the boss shoves a clown costume at me and tells me I am to dress up and stand at the front door and pull the kids in. What? I thought I was a cashier. Boss. This is just a once a month thing. Won't be regular at all. Me. Fine. But just this once. Next day I show up and she shoves the costume at me again. I shove it back and say it was supposed to be a once a month thing. Boss. But you did such a good job yesterday. You should just be happy to get paid for such an easy job. Me. Sorry. No. I quit. I was suffering from daily migraines that I had started medication for. Smiling physically hurt. I was not a good clown. She just wanted a cheap sideshow. Make sure you leave reviews on Glassdoor, Indeed, LinkedIn, and Monster. Just copy and paste this.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. ButtKylerJr is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.